I'm someone that left the United States about a year ago to start a new life in Mexico with my wife and 4 dogs. And since then, we've stayed in multiple cities and seen so much that the beautiful country of Mexico has to offer. So welcome to part 2 of things Mexico does better than the United States. And there are many things Mexico does better than anywhere else in the world. But these are some things that might make you jealous if you're spending your time anywhere else. Now, let's get started. The first thing on the list is walkability. So in one of our recent videos in which we were talking about things that Mexico does better than the US, many of you commented about how so many of the towns in Mexico were actually walkable. And I couldn't agree more. Where we're currently staying, I can get everything I need without driving my car. I've hardly even had a chance to use my car at all since we've been here. I actually have to think of places to drive just so it doesn't sit for too long. There's a carniceria, which is a meat butcher where I can get fresh meat. There's small grocery stores everywhere. There's even pharmacies and clinics for any medical needs that might come up. There's restaurants and street food all up and down the block. There's even museums and art galleries for when I need a little culture. And coming from the US, this is all new to me still. I mean, anytime I wanted to go anywhere in the US, I would have to take my car. And it's like that for everyone I know from the US. The idea of a walkable city is actually a dream come true. Now, with using my car less, I don't have to worry about the wear and tear on my car. And I don't have to deal with maintenance nearly as often. Also, and maybe best of all, I don't have to fill up my car with gas every week. And with gas prices the way they are, that is a blessing. But in addition to the walkable cities and neighborhoods, the houses are built a lot better too. Which brings us to number 2 on the list, which are the homes in Mexico. And they're incredibly durable quality. In the US, I've seen a lot of plywood construction for homes. But in Mexico, every house I've seen so far is built from concrete. Now, I'm not a home builder, and I'm sure there are lots of reasons why the houses in the US are basically just cannon fodder for hurricanes and tornadoes, but the homes in Mexico are built to last 1,000 years. And that's my conservative estimate. I mean, honestly, I don't expect any hurricanes where I'm at. But if one were magically to appear, I don't think it's going to be ripping any roofs off. Now, there are lots of homes in the US that do use cinder blocks. But for those that don't, I wish you the best of luck. But I would prefer a house that can't be destroyed by termites or carpenter ants. Now let's talk about groceries, which is the third thing on our list. When you run out of something in the kitchen, it doesn't require you to take your car and drive to the grocery store. But if you're looking to make a big grocery trip, you can definitely still do that at the many supermarkets throughout Mexico. And if you're trying to shop with your health in mind, you don't have to start looking through the nutrition facts. Any items at the supermarket will have black and white hexagons on the front that can clearly tell you if it has excess sugar, excess fat, too many calories, and so on. And it's easy to see that before you even pick it up. So if you're watching your weight or you're worried about other health issues, this is a huge advantage. But honestly, you never really need to go to a supermarket because anything you need is probably available at a much more convenient place. I've never lived in a place that had meat butchers in walking distance and produce stands at every corner. But now that I do, I couldn't imagine going without it. And I've spoken at length about the amazing food in Mexico, but right now I want to specifically talk about how much better the dining experience is in restaurants in Mexico versus the United States. Not just the incredible food, which brings us to number 4 on our list, the restaurants. Now, the US does have a lot of great places to eat. However, on average, Mexico's restaurants are vastly superior. Not only is the food better in Mexico, but the service is also better. It's incredible. The waiters and waitresses in Mexico are phenomenal. And one thing I noticed right away is that they never rush you. They're happy for you to take your time and enjoy your meal. The service is fast, but the pace at which you dine is all your own. And this is so new to me. I almost instinctively rush through my meals as if I was someone that just got out of prison or something. But in Mexico, it's okay to just enjoy your time. Now, I definitely wanted to talk about everyone's favorite topic, law enforcement, which is number 5 on the list. The police in Mexico seem to be doing a good job as far as I can tell. I've had no run-ins with the law so far, and I don't think my experience with that is very unique. Since I've been in Mexico, I haven't seen anyone pulled over for traffic offenses throughout all of my travels. I've seen lots of police, and they do appear to be suited up for business. I mean, they are really armed to the teeth, but they aren't pulling over people for minor traffic offenses. At least not that I've seen. It appears that they're only after real criminals. In the US, this is not the case. Cops in the US will pull you over for anything they can. They're posted up with radar guns, just praying that someone dares to go 7 miles over the speed limit. At that point, they'll look for any arrestable offense so they can take you to jail. And that's real. The US has more people incarcerated per capita than any other country in the world, and it's not even close. Now, I've heard that it's common to get pulled over for traffic infractions in places like Tijuana, but I also hear you can oftentimes just sort of bribe your way out of it for a couple hundred pesos, which is like $11 USD. And honestly, that seems more than fair. I have no problem with that at all. That would be the cheapest and easiest way to handle it anyways, so yeah, sign me up. Furthermore, the cost of services in Mexico is not very high compared to other countries throughout the world. Recently, I had an issue with the tire on my car because it just would not hold air. And as it turns out, the wheel had peeling chrome where the tire sits. And so I took it to a close by tire shop where they were able to diagnose and fix the issue for 300 pesos, or about $16 USD, which is a very fair price. In the US, you'd be lucky if a mechanic is willing to laugh at you for that amount of money. And I also wanted to give a notable mention to the climate in Mexico. In many places in the US, you have to deal with not only the freezing cold weather, but also tornadoes. There are massive tornadoes and blizzards in the United States, but in Mexico, it just seems like there's blue skies, warm weather, and beautiful scenery everywhere you look. And I have talked about the weather in Mexico before, but I wanted to point out that tornadoes are almost exclusive to the United States. This is not an issue for most other countries. And it's also why plywood construction makes the least amount of sense for homes in the United States. But that's not stopping them from building them. And on a side note, we are hoping to go to Puerto Vallarta very soon. And not only do they have great weather, but they also have incredible beaches, or so I've heard. So please wish us luck on that journey, and I hope you'll stick around to experience it with us. To be honest, I haven't felt this much optimism about the future in a long time. Unfortunately, we do have to take a trip back to the US very soon to take care of some business. But we'll only be there for a few days. And then we're coming right back. Because to us, Mexico is home. But we will definitely update you guys with everything that happens during our border crossing so that everyone knows what's going on there. And if you're still watching, make sure to tell me where you're watching from. Make sure to like the video and please subscribe. Till next time.